painting shapes as the way painting the watercolor portrait painting. This is the eye location. You should wrap around the head, and this is the eyebrows. So if you wrap around the eyebrows, this is the top of the ear. And the nose is about halfway from the eyebrows to the chin. It's about here. And the mouth is right at this position. So I quickly lay down the key mark of the face. And the nose that has a shadow side of the nose. We focus on the shape, the big shape and smaller shape. Mark down where's the shape star. There's the shape over here, starting the shadow. The shadow creating a very interesting shape, going around. Okay, and on this side of the cheek, and there you can see the dividing line between the light side and the shadow side. And there's some inside the shadow, there's some smaller shape. So I'm going to keep using the term shape, shape, shape. So hopefully you're following me, just looking at the shape, not looking at just the nose, just the mouth. Now I come up to the ear. Starting over here. As coming down, that is right here, because the nose is aligned with the bottom of the ear. That's right here. Now we're adding some detail, and there is just a gap between the side of the face to the neck. Okay, up here have straight up from here, a little curve. And now this is have the gray colors, the cool gray colors right here. And on this side, straight up, almost vertical up from the side of the face. And that's have a little gray hair. On this side was just light gray colors. Okay. And on this side I have a little bit light shadow on this side, and have a bit of wrinkle in the middle right here. Good. So this is the shape on this side of the eye. Just focus on that, really focus on that, the area of the shape. There's a little smaller dark shape inside this whole shape. There's actually, this is the shape, and almost you can see that it's the same color or very similar colors, so we can apply the color right into that shape. Maybe that colors also should extend, coming up to this side, but this will have a little bit more cool color over here. And on this side we're gonna mark this the area for the shape, and we're going to apply the color first. And if some color is supposed to be lighter in the areas, or we want to return some area a little bit lighter, and you know this is a technique is called lifting off colors just by using water. That was very easy. And now we come to correct. This is not the shape on the side of the nose. Then we find the shape over here. Let's have a little bit of a light color on the side of the nose. Here you go. That's the shape. And let's take a look at this piece of shape. It's very important shape on this side and showing the personality down here. Like this. Now the mouth, this piece of shape is very narrow. Let's come all the way. Let me see. I think this can come a little bit more. That's good. I think this shape is fine. Take a look. If we're ready to paint, I think we're ready for that. Looks good. And let's take a look. This probably can come up a little bit. If you spend more time in the drawing stage, and you will be more mentally, especially mentally prepared for the painting process, you can go faster, and you know when and what you need to be include and what to be let go, because this is the planning exercise. And I also want to include a shape in this step, the shape of the catch the shadow on the shirt. Like that. And some little details right here. I think it's good enough right now. Okay, let's start the watercolor. So here's what we're going to do. First is we're going to lay down the base colors. Let's do it. So the base colors is very simple. It's just red colors, almost just red colors. Let's just get the red color. Let's starting from the top. And with lots of water. And right here, I'm gonna leave some area to be white, and here this pretty light, so I'm gonna leave that. And the ear have some light area, and also have some light color on the cheek, so I'm gonna leave that. I'm just gonna keep coming down and going through the nose. There's some colors, a highlight on the nose. I want to leave it, which is a paint around this light area. And now coming to the other side. You can make it this base color all the way into the shadow. That's fine. The shadow color is going to be much darker than that. And this is have a little bit cooler colors, but I'm going to leave that. Now coming to the lower lip, the mouth. Now coming down to the chin. Probably. That's good. And what is the next thing I'm going to do? When it's still wet, I could add some cooler colors. So I'm going to just take a little kind of blue gray colors that I already have left over from last time, and I just put it right here because it's wet. The color can get into the color and make it change the mixture colors. Okay. And I could also use some blue colors just for the side over here. And maybe also a little blue colors on this side as well. And some color I want to return it lighter, but I can do that after it dry by using a lifting off technique. This is pretty easy. So the face is still pretty wet. So over here, I'm going to just use a dry brush, a clean brush, just to soften the edge. So when I do that later, I don't have to deal with the hard edge area. So over here, I can also take off as much as water, so I can start lighten this side when this is wet, when the surface is still wet. Okay, here you go. Light that up a little bit, and I could also do that soften here by just take out some color because it's still wet. And as soon as the brush doesn't have a lot of water, and the water won't affecting the area colors, the color around it. So I'm can take out this color. Let's make it a little softer. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to keep going into the dress, and then when it come back, when it dry, come back to do the second layer. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit red wood into the blue colors, but on the dress, I want to make it a little bit lighter for this. And the same on the other side. But in the middle over here is have a little bit darker purple colors. So I introduce a little bit more red color into the mixture, a little more, and now I'm gonna put it right in this area. Like this. Now we're taking care of the base color of the painting. Start creating shapes, quite brown colors. So I'm gonna mix with the red and yellow and some blue colors, but a little bit more red. Look at that. That's the good colors. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna starting from this shape. Okay, think about shapes. Shape. And this side is a little cooler. On this side, a little cooler. So I'm gonna apply the colors, the mixture, a little bit more blue colors. See it as shape. And this shape can be a little come up from there, but not quite bad yet. And I need to make it lighter when I come up there. So this shape, I'm gonna ping around the side of the nose here. I'm gonna come down this way. I'm gonna keep coming down into the shadow side with shape. Okay, and over here I need to get a little bit more yellow. Yeah, a little bit more yellow, a little bit more red. Make it a little darker, get a little bit blue, and let's go. And I'm gonna go with continue into this shape over here, and this area a little bit more red. So I'm gonna add the red colors at the end, but let's go with on this side. Keep coming through, cover this whole shape. When I'm coming down here, add a little bit more yellow into that. So I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna add a little yellow colors. Okay, here you go. That's the a little bit yellow colors in here. As well down here, have a little bit yellow color. Right? So I need a little bit more red because I need to come back to this here, a little bit more red. This shape, I'm going to connect that all the way with the shape for under the mouth. That's actually a little bit darker. So I'm going to change that, get a little bit more blue color into the mixture. Now going through here, connect the shape. Okay, here you go. But down here, I need to change the color. I think this will be a good color. This will be a good color. And starting, change that, coming. But that's still a little bit warmer. Want to get to this area a little bit warmer. I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna get a little bit red, a little bit more red into this color. Here you go. Now I come from here. That's the shape. That's another interesting shape. Look like a narrow triangle. Okay, a little bit more yellow. Let's pick this color. A little bit more yellow. Okay, come down here. Even a little more yellow coming down here. And then fill into the shape right here. But this should be have a little warmer colors. At first, before we forget, there's a little warmer color at the end over there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take the red color, just mostly red. Okay, starting over here, we're going to connect that. I don't want to wait too long to do this because this is color. I want it to be able to connect with the red color before it getting dry. Okay, that's good. Over there, and looks like there's too much water, too much wet accumulate here. So I take off most wet from the brush. Now I can start taking up the excess wet. I even start take out some of the color over here. It's supposed to be a little bit lighter. I'm gonna take out the color right there. That's good. Now that's good. And then make this side a little bit lighter, so you can modify the value of the colors pretty easily. And also you can just make it a little softer by using the water to soften that. Okay, cool. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna continue down with the shadow. So I'm gonna pick this color. That should be the right color right here, and connect with right under the lower lip of the mouth. There should be a little bit more of the purple colors over there. Pick that the color, a little very light purple colors, right, that connect to that. This would be the right color. Here you go, connect to that. Good. Now break the shape here, and this is actually too much coming down here, so I need to correct that by erase this part. What you can do is to use a clean brush and just going to take it out. Let's continue the bottom over here. Okay, taking the red color and a darker color, picking that color here, right, good. And continue onto this side, maybe a little darker, get a little red, a little bit of dark purple colors. Good, that's the right colors. Here you go, this way. And also under the ear, there's a small shape. Like that. And now we are coming back to the top here. It's a little cooler colors at the top. Yes, add a little more blue colors. And pay attention, so far only is 3 colors. Okay, here. That's good. You can soften and connect that color. Okay, good. Now on this side, probably a little bit shadow on the edge. That's cool. I'm gonna add a little bit definitions on the cheek here. That is a very light kind of gray colors. Pick the colors a little light. So I'm gonna make this a little bit lighter and less colors. I'm gonna add that on the cheek. Also, this is smaller shape. So think about a little smaller shape. Now I'm gonna add that shape, keep coming down here. Smaller shape. And also up here, we have a little smaller shape. And showing the curve at the top of the mouth. And I want to soften it. If there's a little bit too much edge definitions, a little bit soften this. And we can start lifting off some colors. Like say the top over here, that's a little lighter area. So I want to make that a little lighter by using, because the color already dries, so we're using a technique, we name it as lifting off after it dries. So we need to soften the area with water, and then we use the brush, take away the colors, take away some of the colors in the areas, so that the areas return back to lighter value. Okay, now this is good. Pretty easy. Watercolors is very, very easy. So I'm gonna putting some warm color up here. Not exactly that color yet on the edge. After it dry, I could putting some color even darker. Okay. And up here now I'm gonna working into have a little bit more yellow colors niche. So kind of a little greenish colors on the top at this area for the eyebrows. So I'm gonna get a little bit yellow color right here. Whenever we think about color, there is another thing you have to consider is how light and how dark of the colors. So, and I want to have some kind of cool gray colors, and right on this side. Now here you go. And maybe also some the eyebrows colors, which is kind of a light blue colors, right at the top over here. Here you go. Maybe that's too much. I'm going to soften a little bit these colors. So think about how dark the color would be. Is that too dark? You make a little softer, make a little lighter. Now we're gonna switch the attention to other area. We can come back here a little bit later, but let's come to the ears. That this area have, oh, there actually some blue color coming down, but it's okay. We're just gonna leave it for now. If you want to fix it, you should wash the area and then make it lighter, and then we will apply to the warmer colors. Okay, here you go. Now I want that color remain to here, a little warmer, and then take a very little smaller amount of red color to define the details. And also need to wash this area, make it a little lighter. So as is the light area of the sideburn. I'm going to use another brush with a synthetic hair brush. It's a little bit stiff. So I can make that a little bit lighter, a little bit faster. Okay. Okay, you see that? It's getting lighter. Okay, that is lifting off the colors, make it a little lighter. Now I'm gonna come back to do the side over here, a little bit blue colors, a little bit blue. So I'm gonna get a little bit blue right here, and we can show the tone of this area this way. Okay, now I'm going to soften the edge. Okay, that's cool. Some colors are small details over here, so I can put it on right now. And there's a very narrow line, so I want to put it at just one time. So I'll make the color a little bit darker. I'm going to come here, right here. It's coming in like this. And there's also a little cool color extended right in this area. So we're gonna getting into a little bit more detail area now instead of just the big shape. Right here. Now also we can do the lighting this area for the reflected light. So I'm gonna soften this and taking some color out for the reflected light area in the shadow side. Okay, but this is pretty good. That's good already. And also I'm gonna softly also make this area a little bit lighter. This is very useful technique doing the lifting off to create the illusion of the reflected light area. And the same thing on this side. Okay, taking some color out. That's good. And over here too, taking some color out. And maybe also have here a little bit smoother, because I don't want that much pronounced definition or texture on the area. This is not going to be so essential, not the focus of the painting. Like that. Good. We're going to start adding some color over here, a little smoother, by instead of just washing it off, and I look like there is a little bit more yellow colors, a little bit yellow color over here. Instead of washing that with the water, I wash that with a color that here is missing. So I'm gonna putting this color and adding that here, have a smoother transition at this point, and then I am going to take off any excess colors. Here you go. I have a smoother transition, but at the same time I add a new color to it. Okay, that's good. And over here I'm gonna fine-tune this shape on the side of the nose. Take that out. That's good. Now let's adding some colors on the side of the forehead. Here, right here. That adds a little bit darker. Come down to. Now come here, a little bit enforce that. The top over here a little bit darker red, and the ear over here a little bit darker. Now I come in here, have a little bit darker, so yes, a little bit more color lay on the top, because translucent color, it can accumulate colors. The color would add up to it. It's not like a cover the color underneath. Actually, see through all layer of colors. Okay, I'm going to add a little transition, but this transition over here pretty warm, so I'm putting a little of the warm color, but underneath over here have a little cool, so I am going to take a little cool colors under here, and then I add it. I need a little more cool colors underneath over here, because could be because the reflection from the shirt or from the ground. right? Now is we need to create the transitions. This I need to get rid of that harsh contrast between that. I want to also soften the transition. Now it's better. And the same thing over here. I want it to be smoother. At the same time, I will also make this edge of the shape a little bit softer. Okay, soften that. Soften that. And the same thing on this side. I want it to soften feeling. Now's the time we are going to getting into those smaller shape inside the big shape. Okay, I'm gonna mix a bit of darker brown colors. I'm gonna mix this color with a little yellow color. And a little blue, so that you make with the brown colors. So let's see. We're gonna have this have a little smaller shape, smaller, darker shape. That is showing could be the eye. Okay, at the corner over here, a little smaller shape. And underneath here, a little smaller shape. Okay, smaller shape. And on the other side, even darker. And here, a little darker shape. The darker shape could be like dark purple colors. Okay, here you go. Just the red and the blue colors. Okay, now we're gonna laying that color here. A little bit extended on the other side. Coming down here, first we're gonna do the shadow side, like the brownish colors on this side. And here you go. Add the color to define the details. Small shape. Okay. And in this corner, have a little bit of that like this. Good. Now I'm gonna going into the mouth. So which is a much darker, close to dark purple colors. So gonna have this dark purple colors. Here we go. Now starting over here. Good. Okay. That looks fine. And over here has need a little soft gray colors. Maybe a little bit warm gray colors. Let's take that colors and have a little bit better transition from here this color and to that colors. Here you go. Like that. Create the transition better. Yeah. Cool. A little transition over here. A little transition over there. I guess a little bit softer. And let's also make this a little softer now. And now what I want to do, I make that softer too. So water, it can softer the shape between one area to another area. And I think I need a little bit definitions, a little warm color definitions over here too. I think it missed that. Give it back here. A little warm definitions right here. It's good. And also I see the warm color, a little dark, and then there's a little color around here. Now is the time to create a dark cast shadow on the shirt cast by the face. I'm gonna get the red color into this mixture and even a little bit more blue because I want it to be even darker. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna starting over here, like here. Okay, coming down this way. Very interesting shape. And on the other side, I want to probably carry that colors over, but I'm gonna starting over here, connect to the side of the face, maybe a little darker. So I'm gonna take the color a little bit darker, a little darker color. There you go. Now I connect into here. And coming down and actually connect with here too. That's the shadow side for that. If you want to at this point create a little definitions between one shape to the other shape, which is also want the remainder to be very soft, because in the shadow side it's very soft. So I'm gonna create a bit of darker color in here, but because it's wet into wet, it don't really see that really so clearly. That probably that sometimes that just would be the effect that we want to get. Okay, like this. And now I'm gonna change my directions onto a little bit more blue colors to define a little bit this details. Maybe not so much. So on the side over here to define that, I probably also going to use some very light colors and coming down right here like this. That's probably good enough for this, and also define a little bit between one area to the other area, but also very soft. Okay, make that a little softer. And on this side, and give a little suggestions. Over here, I probably want to lay another colors. I don't want to make too much details here, but let's make a little bit suggestions. That's it over here. A bit about that, and also a bit coming through here, and also the color connecting into this area. I don't want to get too much wet into this area because it's gonna really fuzzy because the water coming into the wet area. So I'm just going to try to control the color, not making it too much wet. So here I need to blend a little colors, a little warm color, just connect into here, and that's it. That is as much attention that I want to give it to the neck. On the top over here, I need to putting a little darker colors next to this area to define that a little bit darker, and so on. So you can keep developing more details, but be a little careful. You don't want to break the bigger relationship when you are doing the smaller.